Okay, so this is the first component of a video tutorial on using LPS, Leica Photogrammetry Suite, now known as Imagine Photogrammetry. I'll just drag the window down and you'll see that the basic interface of ERDAS with the new ribbon interface. Under Toolbox, Imagine Photogrammetry is the first link, and when you run that link you get this window, which is your basic Imagine Photogrammetry Project Manager window. The first thing that you have to do is to create a new file, a new block file, which will be the key to linking your air photos that you want to set up to view in the 3D environment. I'll just quickly I'll just pause this for a moment. Right, now I've found some air photos and I know what zone they're in. We'll click on the new file icon and we'll go to where I want to save them, and that's in here, and we'll call it test.block. It will append the block to the end of it, but I like to put it on anyway. First thing we do is we select frame camera and we select the projection system. So in this case it'll be MGA56. So we'll go to Australia, ICSM 56, just accept WGS84, and we go through, and then we have to set up the actual the camera details. Now entering the camera parameters can be done manually. You can edit this and you can set up the actual interior orientation of the camera, but we'll actually import a file from some saved data that Sandy Grant set up for us. She went through and basically entered all this data manually for the range of cameras that LPI have used over the years. To show you where to look for the information, I'll just open up a file here. This is an air photo, typical air photo. If you look down this part of the image, you'll see that there's actually the information about the camera. This is the wild, this is the lens number, and this is the focal length. So it's a 13217 lens, and the lens is the important thing, not the camera itself. It just captures the image, but the lens is what the distortions and things are modelled on, and that's the focal length. So 13217 is the actual number of the lens that we're interested in. So I'll go to new camera and I'll load the camera file from the location that I have them saved in, and they're actually in my folder. Under LPS, where are we? Air photo rectification jobs. Nope. Air photo LPS reference. And camera files. Now we need the 13217 camera, which is an RC30 camera. The date of the photos I'm using is 1994, so this is the last calibration file before that date, so we'll accept that. And it imports the focal length, the name, and the principal point and such. Okay. We can then look at the fiducials, which are already stored in the information, and the radial lens distortion. So we'll say OK to accept that particular file, which brings us back to here. And having loaded the camera, we now, to finish off, have to enter the flying height. Now this can be obtained from the information that the section holds with the air photo centres. I've zoomed to the area involved, which is the Ashford 100,000 sheet, and it's the film number is 4228 1994, and this is the actual information held about that file. I'll just drag that into the window so you can see it. And oops, didn't like that. Okay, we'll just resize it a little bit. Okay, and you'll 3-card trick. Anyway, if I leave it there, you'll see down the bottom left hand corner of the screen that the AHD Z height is 8458 meters for that particular photo. So I'll just minimize that, and we'll 8458, so we'll make it 8450. Will probably be near enough for the purposes of this exercise. You'll see that the OK is still grayed out, so just click somewhere else in the image, and one of the vagaries of ERDAS, it's now OK. We've entered all the information that we have to. Okay. Now our block file is created. What we can just do is a quick save, to save having to enter all that information in again. And the next thing that we have to do is load our images into the file, and that's done using this add frames icon. So I'll go to my folder where I have it. What do I got under LPS? Test. Set the drop down to all file-based raster formats, and there are my 3 ECW scanned images. So I'll click OK, and that will pull those in, and you'll see that the interior orientation and the exterior orientation are both red, and that's what we have to now set up. I'll complete this first section of the tutorial there, and I'll come back to part 2 in setting up the internal orientation.